Welcome back. This is week 4 of How to Love Your Neighbor Without Being Weird. I hope you're doing this with a small group. I hope you are getting ideas as you come together. I hope you are encouraging and inspiring one another. I hope you're prodding and maybe poking one another to do more and to look at your neighbors in a way that maybe you hadn't considered before. You just read chapter 4, which is called Don't Be Weird. It's one of my very favorite chapters in the whole book, and honestly, it could have been a whole book in and of itself. We talked about how our neighbors might think we're weird, how we think they're weird. We just have such different lifestyles inside our homes, even though our homes may be very similar. The way we think, the way we act, the way we treat people, what we value inside those homes, our habits, our traditions, they may be very, very different. My friend Rocky gave you some great advice for relating to neighbors from other cultures, and then I just love the examples of Paul moving in all 7 areas of culture that really shape our communities way back in his day and even in our day today. So I hope you spend some time investigating those 7 areas of culture and how they're working where you live today. And then in your small group guide, the challenge for this week is called Hang Out. Isn't that great? Just hang out with people. Sounds easy enough until you realize what it cost Christ to hang out with us. He left the comforts of his home in heaven. He left his heavenly position. He gave up everything that he was entitled to, and he came to be Emmanuel, God with us. That meant he started at the very, very beginning as an infant child, that he had earthly parents who he had to submit to and obey. He was tired. He was hungry. He traveled. He walked all day. He got dirty. He bore grief and sadness and sorrow so that he could be God with us. And if that was his calling, it is our calling as well in our neighborhoods to just be with our neighbors. In the past year, I've made about every major life change you can make, including changing my job and moving across the country. And I miss my time with my friends and my family so much. We just arrived in Florida last week, and so for the next several weeks we're going to be welcoming friends and family into our home, and I just can't wait to be with them, just to sit and look in their faces and hear their voices and their body language and tell stories and bounce ideas off one another and just enjoy new experiences together. Being with people, there's such value in this. This is what God did for us, and this is what we're challenging each one of us, myself included, to spend some time with our neighbors. You're going to find dozens of ideas in the small group guide. You know what? Probably half of them, more than half, are not going to work for you. That's okay. That's why there are so many. Pick and choose. Be creative. Let us know if you find something new. But we're just trying to instigate those opportunities to be with people, because when we spend time like Jesus did at the table, in the house, sharing stories, doing life with people, that's when relationships go deep. That's when our comfort with other people develops. That's where we truly learn how they live, how they're getting through life. That's where we learn how our neighbors can actually bless us, because one of the things you'll discover along this journey is that this isn't all about you and what you bring to people. It's what they're going to bring to you. You're going to be so excited to discover that. But it doesn't happen with a wave on the street. It doesn't happen with a brief hello on the sidewalk. It happens when we spend time with people, whether you're in the bleachers with them, on the golf course with them, at a movie with them. Creating those little niches of time where you spend with your neighbors. Just hang out. It's a fun challenge. It's a tough one, but it can be fun. And when you're done, you're going to thank us, because you're going to find the blessing of obedience in Christ's number 2 command. So